probably good, sugar.
Okay. Nice.
So it's kind of windy, so I don't know how well you can hear me, but we get a lot of you should like comments, and I mean we read all the comments and we answer the majority of them, and we try to heart all of them unless they're just rude and disrespectful. But
he doesn't read those ones to me.
one comment that I thought was, it was the old, why didn't I think of that, was why don't we put because the bucket only holds so much, and this little wood cart that we made can hold like twice as much as the bucket can. He goes, why don't you just take the bucket down and fill that, I mean the wood cart down, and fill that up and then take it back up to the house.
We're like, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, I was like, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? So I'm sorry I forgot who it was. I give you credit. A comment in this video, and I'll definitely pin it because it was a great idea. So now here's our dilemma: is do we fill up, because this is about 3 days worth of wood, depending on how cold it gets and how much we burn, but about 3 days. So do we just move all this wood and put it on the pallet, or do every 3 days we come back and put the forks back on and come back down? And I don't know. I think we'll probably just, because we're getting close to the end of winter,
I think we should stick with this method for the next month.
and we'll see what, yeah, well, I mean we're in March now, but we'll see what the March and April brings. So we'll see. I think we're going to do one load and see how it works, and then in the future I think we'll definitely use this, because it is, I mean we can get twice as much wood in here than we can in the bucket, so at least we'll save trips. But what a good idea. Thank you, whoever that was. I forgot. I should go, I mean it was several videos ago, so I don't even remember which video it was in, but man,
He's like, it took you long enough.
yeah, it only took me, I don't know, I don't even have 4 years to figure this out. Good, and I didn't even figure it out, somebody else did. Good idea. Thank you. Good job, babe.
Hang on. Oops.
Well, in a few days we're gonna start breaking into the 40s, and our lows will still be down in the 30s, and next week we're going to still dip down in the 20s a little bit. But we have a perfect opportunity to clean the chimney right now, so we're going to take advantage of that. And so we'll probably start running our monitor, our little Toyo stove, and stop running the wood stove, since we're going to be getting up into the 40s. So let's get this thing cleaned up. So up here, our main thing that builds up soot is the chimney cap. The stack itself stays pretty dry, maybe up to the last 4 to 5 feet. And I think that's where in the wintertime it just starts to cool off so much on its way out that it starts to adhere itself against the sides of the chimney. Oh, we got a helicopter flying around. But anyways, I'll show you what the soot looks like on the chimney cap. There you go. Can you see that? See all that right there? That's got it in my eyes. That's the kind of buildup that we get up here. So we're going to take it off, get a wire brush to it, and get it cleaned up a little bit. We'll run a rod down the stack and get ready any buildup there as well. Yeah, the cap was pretty plugged up. Alright, so my wife says she thinks that the Coast Guard's doing like either an exercise or searching for somebody in the water right now. So that explains the helicopter. I don't know, can you guys see down there? Definitely time to do a cleaning. Yeah? Who? That might be the springtime. How's it looking down below? Huh? Lots of stuff? Huh? Yeah. All right, we got the chimney all cleaned up. Now let's go down on the ground and we'll get a wire brush and clean the cap up. All right, so there we go. Let's get this stuff knocked out. Maybe I will sit down. Some of that stuff knocks out really easy and some of it's a little more attached, so we'll have to do a little hardcore scrubbing to break up the stuff that's really stuck on there. But the majority of the stuff that was clogging the stack or the cap, it's already gone, so that's not such a big deal.
Hey babe, is that your raven friend talking to you?
My raven friend is talking to me. Oh! We'll give him some peanuts later.
Yep.
Alright, we got the cap all cleaned up, so we're going to get back up on the roof, put that back on, and then we'll move on to the next project. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, oh.
Oh my God, look. You are pretty. It's okay, you can eat.
The female's always a little more reserved than she's like, I ain't coming over there. You know? So.
We're gonna start collecting water again, so I sent my husband up there to clean the roof. What's my girls doing? And boy. Hi, sweetie pie. Hi, girl. I guess Maple's here. I think I better put the chickens in.
Well, we got one last thing to tackle on our to-do list today, and that is pull this off here. And this thing has got a sensor on it that has been preventing it from starting up. So we're gonna pull this off. And see if we can't fix the problem. Guess I should show you what it's doing before I get this completely disassembled. So if you come across this with your own, this is a Honda 3000. There we go. So I give it choke, try to start it up. It sounds like it wants to start, but then it dies right away, and a sensor light comes on. So there's a little filter in here that gets clogged up, and if it's clogged up, it won't allow this to run. So we've got to disassemble this and see if we can unclog it. There we go. Once we get this off, we should be free and clear. There we go. Alright, I had to go find a screwdriver. Good Lord, that sucker is on there. This is an 8. Hey, Skipper. That thing was on there for real. Alright, so here's your exhaust here. Let me get a little screwdriver. So it's funny, I was watching YouTube last night, and the Mountain Mariner off-grid just posted a video on this exact same thing. And so I told him that I was that's, you know, what a coincidence, because I was just getting ready to come work on this thing, because this sensor had stopped allowing this thing to run. So we'll took that out. You can clean it up or not. It's a spark arrest, and so we'll snap it all. We'll get it all cleaned up, snap it all back together, and see if it'll allow this thing to run now. All right, that's a brand new battery. We should be good to go now. I forgot what we were even talking about. I think we were talking about diesel versus gasoline. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong answer to that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know which is, if there's one better than the other. I know they both still, diesels are definitely more, well, I don't want to say more, but they're a little more issues when it's cold outside. So I just don't know. But we've been running gas. I've thought about buying a diesel one once we get our generator shed, like once we get all finished and permanently established, buying one. But as of right now, I think we're just going to stick with the gas because, you know, they're not that much money. I mean, they are, but you know, for 10 years or whatever, they'll work good for you. Eventually, they, you know, it's either you gotta determine if they're worth continuing to fix, or if you know, it's just time to get a new generator. Like that, our four-wheeler, like was it last year or the year before last? You know, something major went wrong with it. Something in the bottom end. I think it shaved some of the lobes off the camshaft, and I'm not set up to work on stuff out here like that. You know, I mean, if I had a shop where I could bring it into, but there's just so much dirt and sand and dust, and I don't want to split a crankcase and run the risk of, you know, whatever. So I took it in town, and you know, the brand new one of those things were like $14,000. I think we bought it used, like a couple years old, for like $3,500, maybe $4,000. It might have even been cheaper than that, but the bill was going to run me $2,000, and so that's one of them decisions where you're like, do I spend the $2,000 or do I cut my losses and just get a new bike? And so I was like, yeah, well, it'll continue to run. I mean, it's not completely rusted out, and for $2,000 more, we might get another, you know, 7 years out of it, maybe 10, maybe forever. So we spent the $2,000, and I think it's been 2 years now. It's been running like a champ. So all right, she's all buttoned back up. I'm missing this right here. Let's get this on here. Can't forget this. If you don't put this cover on, it won't run. I'm just kidding. It probably will run. I mean, I know it will run, but all right, let's see if we can get this thing fired up now. That's another thing that I really dislike about technology is this thing should have ran, but it just stopped running because it was tripping a sensor because some spark arrestor was clogged up. Just let it run. I don't need computer chips. I just want a carburetor and a couple wires, you know, battery. That's it. I mean, it's got a pull start too, so I don't even need a battery really. Anyways, we got her running again. So if you haven't checked out the Mountain Mariner, he's got a place up in northern Alaska. He works on, you know, out at sea for a little while, and then when he gets done working, he takes a helicopter ride to his, I mean, he's in like a remote part of Alaska, so he takes a helicopter with all of his supplies for however long he stays out there, and then he does what he does, you know, lives, and then when it's time for him to go back to work, he takes a helicopter ride back and goes back. So I'll put a link down in the description, linking his channel up there. But really cool place. I watch his channel. I enjoy watching it. I don't always comment, but I enjoy watching it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Remember, live free with my grubby hands, and we'll see you next week.